So this was a little unexpected. Ghostrick, the R-type that received 4 hits before we even got to try the deck out, might just be the best deck of the entire box. Those pre-hits might have actually been a really good idea, considering this deck has been doing some absolutely disgusting things to my opponents on the ladder. It realistically only has 2 major downsides. 1, Link monsters. You can't flip them face down, so if your opponent's playing Sky Striker or some kind of Link deck, yeah, that's a bit of an issue. And the second one is the timer. Turns out trying to turn a 2-minute speed duel into a 50-minute slugfest is going to weigh down on the timer a little bit. But outside of that, the deck just seems quite good. This shouldn't really come as too much of a shock considering the skill is literally a card printer. So if you're someone that likes drawn out, grindy games, I've got the deck list for you. So here's today's deck list. But before we get into the deck list, just a reminder, if you guys enjoy this kind of content, want to see some more deck lists, some more videos from me in the future, please remember to leave a like and consider subscribing to the channel down below. Alright, let's jump into this deck list. Alright, so obviously we've got a lot to go through with this deck list, but to start with, let's go through the skill. Ghostrick Invitation. What this skill does is it's basically a card printer. It is disgusting. It allows you to reveal either a Ghostrick Witch, one level 1 Ghostrick, or one Ghostrick field spell in your hand, stay a Ghostrick monster from your deck, and just place it face down on your field. Its battle position can be changed, which is very important for a deck filled with a ton of flip monsters. And another thing you might notice with it is there is no once per duel written on it. The only restriction is you have to, when you're revealing a card, it has to be a different card every single time. So by playing a shit ton of different Ghostrick names, you essentially get to use this skill a shit ton of times throughout the duel. Additionally, when using the skill, it also allows you to send a Ghostrick Spell trap card from your deck straight to the graveyard, which is fantastic when we're running Ghostrick Renovation, which is a trap card when it's in the graveyard. You can banish it to target your Xyz monsters and swap them out for other Xyz monsters. It is a very important effect, and you'll know why when I show you the gameplay later on. Next up, we have the monster cards, and as there is a shit ton of them, I'm going to try to speedrun it a little bit. First off, we have your Witch. This card can target your opponent's monsters and flip them face down. Then we have your whatever this card's name is. This thing can be flipped face up, and when you do so, you can add a Ghostrick monster from your deck to your hand with less than or equal to the level of Ghostrick monsters you have on the field. Then we have your Skeleton. I'm not particularly attached to this card, you can swap it out for any level 3, but it is important to have a level 3 in here, so you can potentially put this thing on the field with the skill, flip it face up, search for a level 3, normal summon it, and make a rank 3 that way. So you do need a level 3 in here, you can just be whatever you like. I'm using Skeleton. This card when it flips face up, can banish cards on top of your opponent's deck, equal the amount of Ghostricks you control, but like I said, can be any level 3. Then we have your Fairy. This card can recycle your resources back from the graveyard by either special summoning them set or setting the trap cards back whenever it's flipped face up, and additionally it flips your opponent's stuff face down, equal the number of set cards you control. Then we have your Jackfrost. This card is your anti-Lyrilusc card. If your opponent tries to attack directly, you activate this, flip that monster face down, and special summon this to the field. Then we have your Lantern. If your opponent tries to attack you directly or attack a Ghostrick monster, you discard this, or special summon this, negate the attack. Then we have your Mary. This card, you just discard it whenever you take damage to special summon a Ghostrick straight from your deck. Next up we have your Doll. This card when it's flipped face up, can flip every single face up monster on the field face down, then special summon a Ghostrick monster from your deck with level equal to or less than the amount of cards you just flip face down. Alright, then we have your Specter. This card when a Ghostrick card is destroyed, you can special summon it from your hand and draw a card. Moving on to the spell and trap cards, we have your Ghostrick Mansion. This card makes so that monsters cannot attack face down defense position monsters, but if everything is face down, they can attack directly instead. But all effect damage and battle damage inflicted by monsters is halved unless it's done by Ghostrick monsters. This card gives you a pretty significant advantage in the life point race because all your opponent's damage is halved, and you'll notice I'm playing 2 copies of this. This card is quite often the priority target for your opponent to remove, because this card by itself, if it sticks on the field, it is hella annoying and quite often just leads to just you OTKing your opponent and them doing no damage back to you. So I'm playing 2 of it because quite often this thing gets removed rather quickly. Alright, next up we have your trap card. Probably the most important card in your entire deck, as it's very easily searchable. This thing, when you activate it, you can count the amount of Ghostrick monsters you have on your field, flip them all face up, then take as many monsters your opponent controls as Ghostrick monsters you just flip face up, and flip them all face down. Yeah, this thing can just take an opponent's entire field and flip it all face down. Very similar to Eclipse, but without the downside of them just drawing a bunch of cards off it. Alright, next up we have your Vanish. This thing, when you flip face up, you can activate it, make it so that all your Ghostrick monsters and your field spell cannot be targeted or destroyed, and that also goes for your face downs as well. A very annoying card. Alright, then we have the Trap card. I already spoke about this earlier. Basically, when it's in the graveyard, you banish it to target your Xyz monsters and swap them out for other Xyz monsters. Additionally, when it's on the field, you can use it to take your field spell and add it back to your hand. Very good at dodging various different effects. And also, when you do so, you can take another field spell from your deck and place it on the field. Moving on to the extra deck, and you'll notice I'm playing all Ghostrick cards, and that is by choice. Not because the skill restricts me, I'm choosing to play all Ghostrick monsters. The reason for this is, first of all, on your very first turn, you're going to go through 4 cards instantly. Half your extra deck is going to be used on the very first turn. Then throughout the duel, you're going to go through so many different cards just because your skill prints so many cards from the deck list, then you're just going to be summoning almost your entire extra deck every single game, and depending on what your hands are, what your fields are, what cards you're actually able to summon thanks to your skill, you're going to need a wide variety of different Xyz monsters in case of different situations, just because you need different ones or different levels depending on which cards you have in your hand and which ones you're revealing. So it's all Ghostrick, and I recommend you play only Ghostricks. I wouldn't cut any of them. Alright, and the effects of these cards are pretty simple. Your Dullahan can target your opponent's stuff and half their attack. Your Socuteboss, whatever this card's name is, can target your opponent's monsters and destroy them if their attack is less than the combined attack of all your Ghostricks. This card can target set cards and destroy them. And then we have your Spell and Trap card searcher, your Mischief, that can also attach materials below it, and if it has 10 materials below it, you win the duel. That alternative win con never comes up, but it is technically there. Just a couple of important things to note about this extra deck. Your Mischief can be summoned on top of your Xyz monsters, and it's not a hard once per turn. Very important, because basically, you'll summon out an Xyz monster, slam this thing on top, search for a Spell and Trap card, then you'll use your Trap card in Graveyard to swap this out for another Xyz monster, then summon this thing again on top of that Xyz monster and search another Spell and Trap card. Also important to note, your Alucard and your Dullahan, these 2 cards, when they're sent to the graveyard, add back a card from your graveyard to your hand. So when you're doing those 2 Spell and Trap card searches with your Mischief, you can also detach these 2 cards and add back cards from your graveyard. This generates a lot of resources and very important to remember. As for the rest of the deck list, it's all just cards you've probably seen before, and I spent way too much time talking about the deck list, so without further ado, let's jump into some gameplay. Alright, today I've got 5 replays to share with you guys, and be warned, these replays, they're quite long, as that's just kind of what this deck list does. It is a grindy deck. Sometimes you can cheese out some sort of instant wins, but most of the time, they're long, grindy games, which is what you're about to see, so let's just jump into it. Alright, so if this is your first time picking up the deck, don't be too worried if you're finding yourself timing out a ton when you first start, or you find yourself losing a lot when you first start, just because it is a difficult deck to learn, especially considering just the amount of stuff you need to learn post your first turn. The first turn's fairly easy once you know the combo, but yeah, outside that is a pain in the ass, so let's get into it. Alright, so up against the Lyrilusc. So first thing we want to do, activate our skill, putting a level 3 on the field because we have a level 3 in hand. Alright, this card flipping face up searches for a Jackfrost. Jackfrost is your best friend in the Lyrilusc matchup, as your opponent cannot attack you directly with their do that hits a billion times, as you just flip it face down. Very strong. Alright, these 2 cards are going to become an Xyz monster, ranking up into Mischief. Mischief's going to be detaching, making sure not to detach the this card. It's very important because you want to use this thing later on. You've actually got stuff in the graveyard to add back to hand. Alright, searching for a Spell and Trap card, Renovation, ranking it up, making your Dullahan. Ranking up again into Mischief again, searching for another Spell and Trap card. This time we are going to attach it so we can search for this and add a card back from graveyard. So add back the... Look how many cards I've got in hand, by the way, man. Look how much I generated on my first turn. Look at this. Alright, let's get into it. And flipping this face down thanks to the skill. Alright, MST gonna be used. I'm gonna activate my Vanish. This, unfortunately, doesn't protect the card he was targeting, so Scare's going to the graveyard. Which would normally be pretty terrifying in any other matchup, but because we got this in hand, we feel very, very safe. Because remember, our field spell is stopping our opponent from attacking this. He has to hit me in the face. And this trap card is stopping him targeting this with that annoying Lyrilusc card that targets back row. So he can't get this off the field. Using my Canadia, because otherwise I'm just never going to use it again, because it's making my stuff untargetable, his stuff untargetable. Makes this, can't actually do anything with it, because he can't target this. I don't know if you realise that. Makes a Starling going to be searching. You've seen all this before. I think this is the main reason, by the way, that this deck is doing so well, especially in tournament play, because this deck might just completely farm Lyrilusc. I don't know if they've even got a single chance against it. This hand trap is so nasty for the deck. They might have to just play a weird way in order to get around it. There's the Nightingale. We'll show you the animation. So I'm sure you guys have never seen this animation before. It's definitely not the most popular deck on the ladder or anything. Alright. Trying not to sneeze. Mission failed. Alright, he swings in. I'm going to flip it face down and summon this to the field. And he does 950 damage to me. Oh no. Mischief going to detach, grab my trap card. Dullahan going to be adding back to hand thanks to being detached. Hit his monster and pass the turn again. Alright, Scare going to be flipping this face down. As long as it's face down, he can't do anything. I think I could have played this duel a little bit better too. It's a shame that on my second turn I didn't have a card in hand that I could use with the skill. Dinomischus is going to be banishing the card from the field. He does end up making another one, but I'm not particularly worried. I am passing over. Alright, Renovation going to be ranking up, grab an Alucard, which can target the face downs and remove them. Going to remove this one. Flip him face up, making another rank one. Unfortunately, didn't quite have lethal here, but we got pretty close. Silly. Right, Dullahan adding back the Jackfrost, because I know my opponent can't do shit as long as I've got this in my hand. And we can also use it for, or we can reveal this card. Revealing a Fairy. Fairy can now recycle stuff back from grave, grabbing the Scare. I probably should have gone for an Xyz monster here instead, but at this point, there is no way my opponent's winning with what he's got left. He just isn't, especially with a Scare on the field. So I can do literally whatever I want. I think my time is also super low at this point, so I'm just grinding. Might not be optimal, but there's no way he's beating me from here. Slowly but surely you whittle him down. Look at my field, man. It never ends. It just generates so much value. Alright. And that's just the first game. Oh boy, I'm hoping this video isn't going to be a 40-minute one. I've still got another 4 replays to show you. Alright. Up against Quattro here. I can't remember what he was playing. He was on a 6-game win streak though, whatever it was. Oh, he was playing, what's he call it, the new deck. I forgot the name of this archetype. True Draco? Yeah, True Draco. Wow, very insane end field. We're gonna put some stuff face down. Flip this card. This way I can summon Slain during the end phase as well. As well as flipping his card face down. So end phase, summoning a level 1, if you flip 1 card face down. Alright, also managed to set a Fairy as well. I think I could have summoned a level 2 here if I put this face up. Put this face up, flip it face down with the Dolls effect, probably would have been better. Alright, he's going to try to destroy my back row, which is use the effect for his monster face down. Gives him a search, but that's fine. Heritage going to be gaining some value. Duality going to be looking at the top 3. I noticed some people playing Duality in Ghostrick. I disagree with that completely. You do too much special summoning from the extra deck. Alright, how is Sing Stone being activated? Okay, making our first Xyz monster. He's going to try to destroy it, which is an interesting choice with the Trap Engrave. Just dodge it. Another very useful use for the Trap card. Making Mischief. Invitation, placing another level 2 on the field. We now flip these both face up. This one can flip this face down, which means with the field spell on the field, all this stuff is face down. I can hit him directly in the face. So, very simple. 4,000 life points. Make 2 monsters of 2,000. Activate field spell, and he is donezo. Yeah, so sometimes the games can be sort of quick if you manage to cheese out wins like that. 2,000 monsters, 4,000 life points, and he is a goner. Alright, 3 left. Yeah, I'm a huge fan of this deck. I'm not sure I'm going to be a huge fan of it in a few weeks' time when it's just... If it's all over the ladder, it's just making every single game an absolute chore to get through. But at least for now, I'm having fun with it, so... I think most people watching the video also have fun with it if you bother to learn it. I would hate to play a mirror match though, my god, I think I just concede instantly if I see a mirror. There is no way I'm playing that out. Alright. Summoning a level 1 to the field. Making a Dullahan. Making a Mischief. Mischief going to be searching for a spell and trap card. We've actually already got the field spell and the scare in hand. So Renovation, ranking up once again, making an Alucard. Making a Mischief. And this time I'm going to add this hand trap to hand from the graveyard rather than the snowman. Typically this hand trap is the better hand trap against anything that isn't Lyrilusc most of the time. Which is why I search from this from the deck with the skill rather than the snowman against Fluffal. I had no business winning this game, by the way. I misplayed so many times. Alright, passing the turn. So not too scared of the Fluffal card here, as if he uses it, I can activate the Vanish to protect both the field spell and this from being destroyed, and potentially, if he just hits this thing as the back row, then he would waste it as well, so not scared of the sausage. He's playing Alistair. Now right here, I know I didn't, but I should have used the effect to flip one of these face down, purely because, well, if you know what Fluffal does, or sorry, I had to flip this face down, because if you know what Fluffal does, they can just swap one of these out, make level 8, put level 2 on the field, make the Necros Synchro thing, or not Necros, whatever, it's Trishula, and banish half my field. So I wouldn't be able to respond to it. Or I can respond to the Trishula, but not respond before it's summoned, it's banish half my field. So I should have used this here, the Scare, to flip the level 1 face down. This was technically a misplay. Doesn't matter, because it turns out he wasn't playing it, but yeah, if he was playing it, he could have made Trishula here and just nuked my entire field. Alright, Charge Warrior going to be drawing a card, putting the tuner on field. At this point, I'm going to flip that face down. Makes a Phoenix. Phoenix will pop one on the back row. We can protect our field spell though. Or ability to be Ghostrick in hand. Summons a Knight. Oh yeah, another misplay. Here, I should have used the effect of the ceiling to pop the field because of... Obviously, you can make Dingirsu now, which makes Needle Sealing worthless, and I couldn't respond before he makes it because he swapped it out with the skill. So another misplay here. It's looking pretty dire right now. Alright, opponent swings in, pops my card. I'm not going to use the hand trap because the hand trap special summons itself and the Purgatory will just hit me again. I don't want to do that. But I'm going to recycle some resources, and because I survived the turn, we can print some more cards. Activate skill, summon a level 2. Doll is very useful right now, because Doll would have the potential to flip this face down during the end phase, if he didn't drop with it. It's alright, we can now set our cards and our skill flip face down for us. Alright, Alistair once again. This time he summons out, using my Alucard, a color guard. Alright, now we can use this effect, flip 2 face down. Doll's gonna die, but that's fine. In phase, we summon a card anyway. Again, not gonna use the hand trap because that would have clogged up the potentially clogged up the zones. Or at least there's no real need. There was no real need to use the hand trap, so I just didn't. Summon Dullahan, Renovation gonna rank it up. Make an Alucard, who can now pop the really annoying thing that was protecting him from needle sealing. Adding the field spell. Put the dude on field. Level 2 can now recycle a card back from graveyard. Making Mischief to search for another card from my deck. Actually, I don't even have any cards left in my deck to search. Alright. Sausage gonna try to pop a card, which is fine, don't care. Needle Sealing, pop those two. And we've still got a hand trap in hand. It's a little bit scary, but yeah, he was actually out of invoked fusions in his extra deck, and we still had a hand trap anyway, so even if he swung both of them, he still wouldn't have killed me, and I still would have survived from the hand trap, so he was dead. Alright, yeah, the fact that all damage is halved, that isn't Ghostrick, is actually such a pain in the ass. That, whatever it was, 1400 life points or 1100, whatever, how much life points I had, it's effectively doubled. Plus all the hand traps I've got to stop myself dying. Alright, up against... I forget what this guy was playing. Oh, Shaddoll! Dude, the fact this deck can outgrind Shaddoll, which is like the grindiest of grind decks, is crazy. This just shows how good the skill is. It is ridiculous. And this guy was a Shaddoll main as well, because he had the, yeah, he had the fucking pimped out Shaddoll monsters. Or at least this one was pimped out. I can't remember if the others were. Alright, fast forward him a little bit here, because this build takes a long ass time. Does all the typical Shaddoll sort of stuff. Alright, add some stuff, blah blah blah, get it over with. And passes over. Alright, so first thing we're going to do, put the Doll on the field. Not going to go for a typical Xyz play sort of stuff, because I know he's going to make Winder anyway, so there's not much point. I'm just going to set up the field the way I want to. So get the Doll out, use the Doll's effect, he's going to Schism, make a Winder, which is fine. End phase, we're still going to summon level 2, and flip his stuff face down as well. Set a card, and flip all his face down during the end phase. He does pop a back row. Thankfully he doesn't hit the Mischief, which is very important, because this card can target any card, including this. Alright. Makes a Phoenix, which is fine, but he used the trap card anyway. Getting this thing into the banish pile where he can't recover it. Alright. And thankfully this deck isn't particularly good at... Well, I say that and then he makes a Dingirsu. Thankfully he targeted the one I wanted him to target. I don't know why he hit the Witch. If he hit this, that would have been, like, actually terrible for me. For some reason he hit the Fairy, so I'm like, oh, alright, sure. I don't recover, but also hit the Witch, so I don't know why he did that. This game probably would have been lost if he hit the Fairy. The Fairy now revives to the grave, puts face down. I can now use my skill. Oh, sorry, special summon this from hand by drawing a card. Honestly, I shouldn't have special summoned this. I should just saved it and let him swing into this, because it wasn't guaranteed I'd draw a monster I could use with the skill. And if I kept this in hand, I'd have a monster in hand I could use with the skill. So technically in this play. Alright, dumping the trap, Doll's effect, Shaddoll fusion. Making a Winder, Construct reviving. Oh my god, this guy was trying to outgrind. Alright. Now Doll's going to flip everything face down, grab yet another card, and we've got 3 monsters on the field once again, and a Needle Sealing. Gonna let him swing in, because he swung into the Doll, which is a terrible idea for him, because it's gonna flip this Winder face down, allowing me to do whatever I want during my turn. And we know what the face down is, it's just not a fusion spell, so we're gonna make our dude, make our another dude who's gonna search for our field spell. Oh, sorry, we searched for the Scare. I think I was going for lethal this time, wasn't I? Maybe I wasn't. Alucard. Alucard can pull a face down, get rid of the annoying back row, which we know is the revive, sorry, not the fusion spell. We saw him add that earlier. Alright, recycling the hand trap. Finally using the effect of the skill. Alright, there we go. Gonna reduce the attack, going to make another Mischief. Can't go to the lethal because unfortunately we couldn't put this card face down because it's a link monster, but we can certainly just beat over it. Look at my hand, by the way. My god. Hit him in the face, can't quite lethal him, but what the hell is he gonna do from here? Good luck, he's got 2 monsters left in his extra deck. Prismatic really over. I think he just, I'm pretty sure he timed out here at some point. Yeah. What was he gonna do, man? Alright, moving on. Final replay. This one was a quick one, because this was a funny replay I decided to save. Just a little bonus replay at the end. Oh damn, this thing's going 17 minutes already. This video is definitely going to be a 30-minute one, I'm pretty sure. Oh god. Alright. So this is a bit of a funny replay. We'll do a standard looking turn 1 setup, grabbing our doll, so we get level 1 at the end of the turn. Making your Socuteboss or Socuteboss, or I don't know, I don't pronounce that. Mischief attaching, grabbing the Scare. Renovation ranking it up. There's the Alucard. Adding back our doll. And also searching for the other trap card. Just look at that hand, dude. Look how much stuff you get from one turn. Oh, sorry, I forgot the extra summon at the end. Look at that stuff. God damn. Alright, and pass the turn. Alright, our opponent's playing Gaia. So our opponent has a brilliant idea. What he decides to do is search for this field spell. Now, for you guys that don't know what this field spell does, on top of being able to search stuff, it also stops me using effects during the battle phase. So my opponent here thinks he has a gigantic brain. And he decides to fusion summon out a Gaia monster with 5,000 attack, and then he instantly tried to go to battle phase as an attempt to bait out my stuff, because obviously I can't use it during the battle phase, and he thinks this 5,000 attack monster is threatening to me, so he tries to bait out the stuff by pretending to go to battle phase. I'm like, alright then, go ahead, go to battle phase. Goes into battle phase, and he doesn't realize this 5,000 attack. Yeah, he didn't read the field spell. And he just concedes instantly. Alright guys, that's going to do it for today's replays. Hope you guys enjoyed them. If you do, leave a like, subscribe, all that kind of stuff. And yeah, I've got another video planned for tomorrow, which will probably be Predaplant, hopefully, if that deck all goes well. And yeah, hope you guys look forward to that one. Thank you guys for watching. Hope to see you next one. Laters.
Hey, big brother, can I watch SpongeBob?
Shut up, Mokuba. I'm busy flagging YouTube videos to compensate for the fact that I have an extremely small penis.
Oh.